Welcome back to Stow TV. We're at Waltham Lodge. We've lost 1-0 at home to Waltham Abbey. I think it's been a tough run of results.
Yeah, it's been disappointing. Like I was just saying to the boys and to a few of them, there's only so long you can start putting it down to misfortune and not having the rub of the green, i.e. with the Brentwood game. And today you could argue that it's a bit of a smash and grab from them, but I'm not going to make no mistake and pull no punches. We just haven't been good enough. We haven't been good enough. We'll always look threatening going forwards, but defensively I just don't feel like they've got that sort of want to defend and want to die for it in their own 18-yard box at the moment. And obviously coming from me and someone who is a big advocate for that, that's really hard to take, and only them boys can turn that around. They have got a big shift of mentality's got to happen, because in terms of quality and in terms of footballers that I've got, I'm not all of a sudden panicking and being like, oh my god, I need to go and get better footballers. I've got great footballers, no problem, but in terms of the ugly side of the game, or the side that requires more concentration or just a little bit more mentality, I just feel like that's where we come up short at the moment. And like I said, it's a really difficult one to take, because I'll be happy to stand there to you and be like, listen, they played us off the park and they was by far the better team. I don't feel like they were bad, but I feel like a point today would have been a fair result, and that just, it makes me sick keep on saying that. It sounds like I'm just constantly making excuses and always feeling hard done by. And at the end of the day, you've got to make your own luck, and you only do that by pure mentality and performance. And the moment you switch off, you might get away with it once or twice, but unfortunately for us, in the last 3 games, every time we've switched off, the other team scored. So, yeah, we've got to turn it around. We've got no choice.
Tony, we haven't had the run of the rub of the green. We've had a bit of bad luck on Saturday, especially. Today we can see out of the things we can control, though. What do you want to change this week in training for next week?
Well, we can just definitely stop conceding second balls or allowing teams to react and want the will to put the ball in the back of the net, you know, and we spoke about that. You know, we've said that, you know, that's one of the areas that we really want to make sure when we're defending our own goal from corners or free kicks, that nothing bounces in our box. We attack the first one and we must be proactive and react to the second one. And we've not done it again today, and we've been punished.
Yeah, that sums up really the problems that have held us back. You said something over there. We're not going to panic and say the players, we've got the personnel we've got.
No.
We know we've got a lot of quality footballers still. We've still got a side that should be changing at the top of the league, not sitting where we are at the other end.
Absolutely.
So is that just driving on with what we're doing, same personnel, but with...
Yeah, same personnel again. I don't want to sound pathetic and keep on saying excuses. Like, we're like 5 short today, 5 missing with injuries or just unavailable. But at the same time, there's never been once that I've fielded an 11 and I'm not confident in that 11. So I don't even look at that as an excuse. Yes, in hindsight, would those boys have helped? Maybe. But also, in reality, do I feel like what I've put out there today should have done a job? Absolutely. So no, it's not panic stations, it's not, oh my god, we need to go and get rid of 5. It's not that at all. It's the boys that are chosen to play and the boys that are asked to do a job need to do it. And they need to do it with real want and desire to do it. And unfortunately, regardless whether it's leagues above, it's been proven that even at this level, if you lack that little bit of desire, just at spells in games, we don't do it. Listen, this team don't come out and don't play with no heart and no guts from minute 1. But unfortunately, in the periods that lapse of concentration happens, or that's not there, every time that's happened, we've been punished for it. So we need to narrow that down from maybe that happening 3 times in a game to, at absolute best, it happens once and you might get away with it. But the moment you sort of go off the boil, so to speak, defensively at this level or any level really, the likelihood is you'll get hurt, and that's exactly what's happened to us. So no, it's not panic stations at all. It's not panic stations at all. It's more, I'm definitely going to persevere with what I've got, and I do feel like it will come good. I've got full confidence in them boys for it to come good. But if we're having this conversation in 3-4 weeks' time, who knows?
Another bright spot though, one bit of personnel that will change is we expect Bilal to maybe be back next week, depending on his clearance.
Yeah, that's sort of out of my control, as international clearance is a tricky one. You never really know how long it can take. There's been sort of procedures like that with the FA that's been done in a week, and there's been others where they've been sidelined for 6 weeks. But yeah, it'll make a difference. Of course he will. He adds real quality. Someone sort of just as effective off the other side as Kamani has been on his side. But I genuinely don't feel like it is personnel. I don't feel like anyone coming back into this side is, like you say, Bilal. Bilal's not going to die for it in his own 18-yard box. He's not there for that, do you know what I mean? And that's where we're struggling. Whereas at the other end of the pitch, like, we always look a threat. Kamani's a constant threat. Brian's a handful. Teniola's done all right today, and Callum's put in a real shift today. And then on the flip side of that, you've got Sherry, Smallsy, Bilal. Like, our forward options are probably the best they've ever been. It's just getting it right at the other end, and that's not just onus on the back four and the goalkeeper, because 9 times out of 10 they come from set pieces, and when they come from set pieces there's 9 players in our box, and that can be anyone. So that's just maybe a little bit more organisation, maybe a little bit more talk, and a hell of a lot more desire. But I do feel like we'll get there. I do feel like I've got the characters in the changing room to turn it around. There's no one in that changing room now that's comfortable losing. Like, they're not sitting in there smiling and with their music on, having a jolly up, going home thinking, oh, it's just another day at the office. There's not that mentality in there. So I feel like that's a positive start. But like I said, who knows, if we're still in this sort of position in 3-4 games time, then yeah, I'll be forced to change things. But I don't feel like we're there yet. Although it's a poor start to the season, ultimately 3 league games is 3 league games. Like, if we go on a run now and this is all forgotten about. But if we don't and it becomes a rut, then yeah, something's going to have to happen.
Tone, last question. I expect they're not going to enjoy training on Thursday that much.
We'll just, we go back to, just what I would like to see us do is in that middle third and in that final third, be proactive, move the ball quickly with quality, and at times we're just taking too many touches on the ball, and then them options are closing down. When we get it right, we look dangerous, and we look like we can play and we can hurt teams. And on the defensive side of it, I don't really feel that they cause us too many problems, in open play. So if all we've got to try and do is fix that, organisation, and just, it's just basics. You just don't let nothing drop in your box, and you've got to, have the passion, the desire, and the heart to go and win that ball back. So we'll get back on it. And we'll work hard to get back to winning ways.
Thanks, boys.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.